the peoples, my name is Factor. Oh, I'm sorry, do I look different or something? Well, shut up, Mom, this is me now. This is my life. My name is Factor, an RNG Factor, and welcome to part 2 of the Melee Retrospective. If you missed part 1 that talks about the single player, please feel free to click the link top right. There's a lot of mini stuff that goes into Smash Bros. That often gets overlooked if you only focus on the competitive Melee, which is why I believe it deserves its own slot. Now, as we know, stop staring at it, or whatever. I mean, dude, it's super cute, right? Like, oh my gosh. Super Smash Bros. Is mainly a multiplayer game in every sort of fashion, but you'd be surprised how hard it is to find people to play it nowadays. Which is why I didn't. There's a lot you can do in multiplayer, I cannot deny that, but the reason I haven't really talked about it yet is because I didn't really do that much with it, because there's no one around at the moment. I mean, there's modded online netplay, yeah, but it's just not the same. On the other hand, look how much you can do with it! There's so many options, too! Standard fight, tournament mode was even here early on. The amount of options in special Melee, like, they're good for, like, one-off times, but, whatever. I did used to play with people, and I still do with Ultimate, but for this one I just did the 1,000 matches with me too and got the food trophy, and that's all I did with it, really. Oh yeah, you want to talk about some bull? I'll talk. My current setup right now makes it impossible for me to get all the trophies and achievements. All because of one singular thing I don't have. Pikmin. It turns out, if you don't have a copy of Pikmin 1 on the GameCube, you can't get the last trophy. Which means you can't get all the things. I don't think you realize how annoyed I was when I made this discovery. The moment that I found this out, I suddenly realized that the achievement message didn't matter. Doing everything on very hard didn't matter. Playing every mode with all the characters didn't matter. And most devastating of all, getting all the trophies did not matter. All because of one little stupid trophy. Now, I know exactly thinking. Why didn't I just go out, get myself a copy of Pikmin 1 so I could get the achievement and continue on with my completionist nature? Because at that point, I'd be paying $40 for an achievement. I am absolutely on the front that you should not be paying money for a single digital pop-up. You can absolutely disagree with me all you want, but by all means, it is purely a matter of opinion on this one. But for me, did my challenge. All modes, all beat with all characters, every stage and character obtained. I beat Classic Mode, Adventure Mode, and All-Star Mode on Very Hard. Something I thought I would never do. So you'll have to forgive me for my measly completion rate of 97% or whatever it is. But in my books, I'm a good boy. Okay, so there's two main things to cover for multiplayer: stages and items. First, items. We have food that heals you slightly when picked up, a barrel cannon that shoots whoever's inside off into whatever direction it's facing at the time. The beam sword didn't change mechanically, but dang does it look cooler. Bombs are still the same, except you can pick them up just before they explode as well. The bunny hood makes you way faster and jump super high, and you can pick up other items while also wearing it. The cloaking devices makes you invisible. This helps no one. The fan got a big upgrade to the point where you can just whap up someone over and over again to destroy your friendship. I mean stock. The fire flowers somehow got worse. Like, the range is terrible, the sound design sucks. I don't like it. The flipper is a ton of fun to use. Like the bumper in 64, it bonks anyone that touches it, but it floats in midair and is great for edge guarding. The Freezy freezes friends and shoots them up in the air. You can also destroy it just by hitting it. The green and red shells didn't change except for the graphic overhaul. The hammer didn't change much except the head can sometimes fly off and you'll just be waving around a stick that doesn't do anything. But if you manage to grab the head that flies off, you can hurl it at someone. Ready, set, item wrap! The Maximum Tomato and Heart didn't change either. Same with the Home Run Bat, the Motion Sensor Bomb, Ray Gun, Screw Tech, Super Mushroom, Poison Mushroom, Superstar, and Star Rod aside from the redesigns. That's so dumb. Lipstick gives characters a flower on the head that does damage over time. Actually, it's really cool mechanic. There's a metal box that can make your character metal, meaning you're harder to knock back and you fall even faster. Mr. Saturn seems annoying at first, but he can do some damage to shields. The parasol slows your fall and is used as an ineffective weapon. An interesting add is the Super Scope. It shoots through multiple enemies and with multiple shots over and over again with little pellets, or it can be powered up for a super scope shot. There's also trophies that you can pick up as well in first player modes. Lastly is the Warp Star that, when grabbed, flings you up in the air, right back down, causing massive damage to anybody around. You can also use the control stick to alter the direction a bit as well. Let's take a breather. We're almost done. There's also the returning Pokeball and the Pokemon. The Pokemon that play almost exactly the same as 64 include Blastoise, Chansey, Charizard, Clefairy, Electrode, Goldeen, Snorlax, and Mew, which I found randomly. Hopefully I can find it in the footage. If not, show a picture of a really cool puppy. Oh, look at you, puppy. Those ones are still really cool, and I do like their 3D model redesigns. But some of the newcomers are awesome as well. Articuno waits a moment and then freezes everyone near it. It's one of my favorites. Blossom puts anyone to sleep that gets close to it with sleep powder. Chikorita sits on the spot with razor leaves in a straight line. Cyndaquil is the stationary fire flower, meaning it sucks. Entei heavily damages anything that gets in its fire spin. It doesn't kill, but does it damage. Uh-oh can cause damage if touched, but eventually heads to the back and uses Sacred Fire. Lugia can cause damage if touched, but eventually heads to the back and uses Sacred Fire. Aeroblast. Meryl runs straight ahead, and if it hits you, it repeatedly hits you while continuing forward. Annoying to dodge, hilarious to use. Moltres, just don't touch it. Porygon 2 shoots out immediately from the Pokeball for some high damage, high knockback action. Raikou is more annoying, if anything, because it sends out a shockwave that repeatedly damages you at a wide range. Every time you think you can escape, you can't. Scizor, who is an awesome Pokemon, is another do not touch, but it floats forward and then does a jumping arc to try and trap its opponents. Staryu is Starmie from 64. It floats over and fires stars repeatedly. Suicune creates a hurricane and gathers players to damage them, and the top freezes them. Togepi is the same thing as Clefairy using Metronome, but both have a set amount of random moves. Unknown will gather other Unknown and fly diagonally on stage. Venusaur makes its debut, thank goodness, and causes Earthquake, super fun to hit people into, and it's also super annoying to dodge because it's just this wide range of meh. Weezing is Coughing from 64. It traps its enemies, causing huge amounts of damage. Wobbuffet sucks, and I hate him. I mean, he uses counter and sits there and he can hit whoever, even the person who threw the Pokeball. It helps no one. Zapdos causes a huge amount of damage in its vicinity, and it's just so cool to look at. Look at it! The last one is Celebi, and you need to have everything unlocked, including the characters, the stages, the score attack, and you might have noticed the lack of Celebi video showing right now. I'm not doing any more grinding in this game. I'd have to get 5,000 kills in multiplayer for score attack, and I don't care if it's easy. And don't worry, I hear you thinking about typing that message of just sending everyone to level 1, high damage, low handicap, team battle, 1v3, 99 stock in the flat world. Frankly, you get a little tired of grinding after 30 hours of grinding. Getting told to do more? No. Just no Celebi. Anyways, stages. Some stages make their return like Jungle Japes, Yoshi's Story, and Dreamland, but there's so many more this time. Infinite Glacier sucks and I hate it. You're constantly jumping up, sometimes down, and honestly, I just don't like it because of adventure mode. 25 times in a row with a minimum of like, I think it's like a full minute of just hopping up and down. It's just hopping, and you're just hopping and hopping and hopping and hopping and hopping and hopping and hopping. Peach's Castle. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. There's some buttons that appear every now and then, and they cause platforms to appear, and every now and then a giant bullet bill comes to explode. Kaneko Jungle is deceptively simple. Certainly looks like there's a lot going on, but it's really just 6 platforms and a barrel cannon. The Great Bay. Oh, I love Majora's Mask, and this stage is like a love letter. 3 things to note here is the turtle on the right that leaves and comes back in different poses, the rock on the bottom left that wants to be a surfboard, and the Tingle Balloon. I pop it on purpose. I don't like it. Meme? Maybe. Funny? Absolutely. Yoshi's Story. Wait, this is Yoshi's Story? But the other one's also Yoshi's Story. Wait, this one's just Battlefield with a bunch of clouds. I don't have no dreams. This one's also just Battlefield, but with moving platform. It's on a big shtick. Gronaria is literally just Sector V from 64, but the ships are a lot more aggressive and everything looks really nice. Rainbow Cruise is a pain in the butt because there's platforming everywhere, and if you try to kill someone in the air in the beginning, they can sometimes just land on those platforms. And after the ride ends, it just becomes a game of cat and mouse on an auto-scroller. Like, I don't like this one. Jungle Japes is actually deceptively complicated because the water, it's just a couple of platforms, right? But they're spread out, and the water below pulls you to the left. There's also the little crocodile things at the bottom that if they touch you, instant death, not fun. You can also use if you go on the right, you can use that water to zoom across to the end and get to the other side of the map if you want a quick exit. Hyrule Castle, this place is huge! Nothing happens on it for stage hazards, but it's the ultimate version of the pit. Like, seriously, it's just a bunch of ruins everywhere, but, like, there's giant gaps anywhere. The place is huge. It's great for just battling it out and just hitting someone way over on the other side of the map. It's so cool. I love it. Yoshi's Island should have just been called Death Valley. The map edges are just death. The middle is just breakable blocks that can be hit down and it's filled with death. The kill planes are so close it just feels claustrophobic. And death. Green Greens, it's Dreamland with platformings and ever-respawning blocks. Yeah. Venom, this one it's weird. Like, I get it's just Corneria at a different angle and a different setting, but having the platforms be diagonal is a little disorienting. It's not bad, though. Super Flat Zone. Screw this place. It's actually anxiety-inducing for how small the stage is. No. Prince Star got a visual upgrade. Some of the platforms can be broken up, which is awesome. And the lava isn't audibly pleasing, like I've been saying about a few things around here. But it's still fun to hit people into. Oh no, okay, yeah, buildings, cars drive by, close edges, whatever, I don't care. Let me ruin this for you. This is the starting music. And it fits perfectly with this. If you were a woman and I was a man. You're welcome. Mute City, I have mixed feelings about this one. On one hand, seeing the cars fly by is interesting, but on the other, it's super cramped. But then it widens up to big places, and you get cramped again. You gotta, like, survive until it gets to the big places, which doesn't take too long. But like, I like the idea of it. But for whatever reason, I groan every time it comes up. Pokemon Stadium is easily one of my favorites. It starts out simple, but it transforms into different places over time. It's, just man, those little bits of randomization are just what make it so much fun. Mushroom Kingdom is kind of boring. The blocks can break though, so that's fun, I guess. Brinstar Depths is easily part of my top 5 stages. You get this weird looking stage shape and periodically Kraid slashes it and twists it and you have to kind of know how the stage is before jumping places. It's, Fourside is, I mean, it's skyscrapers and the aliens come down. I never played Earthbound. What is this? I hate Big Blue Stage. Like, I honestly hate it. The way the cars move around and they disappear at the bottom and the top moves around and then goes off stage and it's just this big, you never know what's gonna happen, and usually I like that. But in this case, it's way too many death sentences if you fall down and you just can't see where things are. Mushroom Kingdom 2. I guarantee that at some point playing this game, you are going to shout at the TV. Mine. No, you Battlefield. Final Destination has to be the most iconic stage in all of Smash. It's a simple flat area to fight 1v1s to really test your skill against another player. I would say it's my favorite stage just for the meaning it holds. However, Poke Floats! Poke Floats! I get Poke Floats! Give me that Poke Floats, baby! Remake it an ultimate, dang it! Come on, Sakura, give me Poke Floats! Okay, brain dumb. Final thoughts, one sentence. Melee, still fun, still hard, kinda bull, kinda repetitive, friends optional, but recommended. Okay, now let's talk character. The hell we are splitting this sucker up because it is still a lot to talk about. Part 3 coming, when it's done. Heck. Oh, I cannot wait to talk about the characters in this one. But I did not have the time to do it, otherwise it'd be like this whole hour-and-a-half video, or however long it's going to be combined. But remember that I'm still streaming on Twitch, and I'm still going to be starting Brawl soon as I'm done with these. There's also a Discord to join as well. All those linked in the description below. And in any case, I'll be seeing you later with more stuff. This is your RNG Factor, signing off. Caesar, yar, har, certainty. Unknown will gather other unknown and fly diagonally on stage. I love Majora's Masks, okay? Majora's Masks.
Hands together if you want to clap and we take you through
this monkey rap.
Donkey Kong is the leader of the bunch. You know him well, he's finally back.
Oh.